Blood and guts. Money in the bank. This is a rough week.
It's a crazy week.
Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob. Joined as always by my good friend, Hollywood Frank.
Boom, baby. HW.
You catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about all the stories in wrestling. WWE. We'll get more into it in a minute here, but first, let's go ahead and check it in with everybody. All you guys, Leg Kick was the first one here. He said, "Hail, Wrestling Council. Hail, Leg Kick. What's up, brother? Hope you're on your way home." Oh, no, it's Maldacito.
Yeah,
Maldacito. Hope he's on. Oh, there he is. There's Maldacito. Said, "Sup, people? What's up, man? Pro Wrestling Guru, one of our newest guys here. What's up, guys? Hope y'all had a good weekend." I had a shit weekend, dude. Good God, man. Oh,
yeah, that guy worked all weekend.
I worked 42 hours, starting at 1 o'clock on Saturday, all the way till 1 a.m. on Monday morning. I was dead.
3 days. 42 hours in 3 days.
3 days. Dude, man, like last night when I got home, I just went into a coma. But anyway, Johnny Cage, sup, Marks? You damn right, man. I'm always a Mark. I'm a smart Mark, but I'm a Mark. What's up, Johnny? Courtney, what's up, y'all?
Maldacito, Hicks villain.
Yep. All the regular coming here. Chief, yeah, it was. Oh man, it was. You know what though? That paycheck's gonna be fat. So good thing. Good. Speaking of which, by the way, Courtney Maldacito, I will be mailing your shirts out tomorrow. So look for it in the mail, guys. Look for it in the mail. Maldacito's getting a jump on us here. But we'll go ahead and as always, guys, we want to start with our favorite segment, the good, bad, and the ugly. But before that, somebody said, "What's up?" So you know what that means.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up? Maldacito, the good, the Mysterios won on SmackDown.
It's kitty time. It's kitty time.
Wearing Padre colors, the bad Bob's Weekend, the ugly Santana Ortiz. Oh my God, dude! I hope they work things out. I don't want to see that happen. I heard that and I was like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man!" But yep. As always, guys, let's start off the segment with our favorite segment, something we call the good, the bad, and the ugly. We talk about what was good, what was bad, what was ugly, and all the wrestling news this week. And Frank gets to go first. Scoop us, brother. What do you got?
First off, just want to say shout out, thank you, Boogie, for joining us last week. Episode number 50.
Yes, brother.
50.
We're up to 114 subscribers.
We're on our way to our next 50.
Yep.
I could not do that without everybody here, so I appreciate it. Really do. But my good, bad, ugly. I was pleasantly surprised with some of the matches on Money in the Bank. It's better than their last couple of pay-per-views. Yeah. WWE has.
Let's be clear. Wasn't a great show, but there was some. As we always said, dude. There's when they get in the ring when the bell rings, there's usually some really good wrestling. So it's just everything else in between.
But whatever, Johnny Cage. I'm real happy with Christian Cage, the way they're using him in AEW. That is my good, because I think that's Christian Cage at his best.
He's always
never,
been a
he was
natural
never,
heel.
he was never a heel in TNA.
Mhm.
And him coming out there, whatever he's got playing with Luchasaurus, who knows?
Dude, Luchasaurus looks dope as shit.
But that's the Christian Cage that is on not on par, but because MJF is great, but that's what I want to hear from Christian. The way he was ripping Luke Perry's and his family, Jungle
Dude,
Boy's dad 2 weeks ago.
A lot of people were uncomfortable with that, but like I told everybody, it says I get why people would be uncomfortable with it. You were supposed to be uncomfortable with it, and I guarantee you, he did not say any of that stuff without getting permission from the family first, because that's just the kind of guy that he is. So, and I know some people don't like it when you do things like that. I get it. I thought it was fire, dude. And I'll tell you what, man, you saying that he's not on the same level as Max. Right now, he is.
But yeah, I mean, he's
Those
a
two-
new Max right now.
Yeah, those 2 promos that he did, man, that shows you just how freaking good that guy really is as a freaking heel. But my God, but I agree with you. And you're ugly.
Oh, my bad is.
Oh, you're bad. I'm sorry,
Courtney. Yes, congratulations to Liv Morgan.
Mhm.
But from what I've been hearing, it's a possibility that they're going to put her in a triple threat match with Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair.
Yep.
And you know what's going to happen if that happens.
Yep. 99% of the
nature girl is going to win her title back.
Yeah. 99% chance. Now, there is the off chance that Vince will listen and they'll do, because like the fact that they put the belt on her at the pay-per-view was a shock for me. Because they have been determined not to do anything of the sort. But who knows, man? I know I shouldn't, but my hope is that they're turning a corner. I'm a Mark. What do you want me to do, man? It's a weak reign. No, I think she'll hold it until at least the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And then she'll drop. And then she'll drop it. If they do the 3-way, she's gonna drop it. Yeah.
And then my ugly. Originally, I was going to go with the men's winner of the Money in the Bank. Then I was going to go with Otis throwing up last night.
That was so God. Oh
but I'm going to go with
I'm
going to go with the ugly being the backlash that Shotzi is getting from people on Twitter. She has deleted her Twitter account. There is no reason whatsoever for that to be.
Yeah, and like the people that are saying,
but yes, there's botches, there's bot spots. It happens. But to be getting on her the way people were.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I will say this. She went hard at AEW at the Blood and Guts botch with Jericho. Okay, I understand that 100%. If you're going to go hard at the people's botches, you might want to be careful. Don't throw stones in glass houses. Right. However, I disagreed with the heat that people were getting about that botch, and I disagree with her getting heat for the botch she said. Everybody has a bad night. Everybody has a bad night. She's usually one of the better people in the ring. She's never wrestled that kind of match before. Very inexperienced in it. It was just a bad night for her. Everybody has a bad night. Okay. So I don't agree with her getting, absolutely crapped on by social media. But again, the one cautionary part of that I will say is don't throw stones in glass houses. If you're going to go hard at people, expect people to go hard at you. So yeah, it sucks. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun when it comes down to. Yeah, Theory won.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that.
What's your GBU?
Shotzi Blackheart, Johnny, look her up. She's actually pretty cool. She was really good in NXT. She got moved up.
Yeah,
she got kind of a raw deal when she got moved up.
Yeah, it took her tank away from her.
They took everything away from. That's what they do always. They take everything cool away from them.
Yeah. No, not Shotzi Blackheart. Can't have two names anymore. Just Shotzi.
Yeah, she just yeah. That's the other thing. They took her freaking name just like they took Austin Theory's the first name. Pro Wrestling Good says I like to live cash in, but I feel like they cash in way too soon now. Last 4 have only held the briefcase for 24 hours at maximum. Wish people could hold on to briefcase for that's the see, and that's I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, that's your good and bad.
Yeah, I mean the last 4, but you can't really count Asuka as one of the last 4.
No,
because Becky just gave her the title because of her being pregnant.
Yeah, but according to plans, she was supposed to cash it in the next day. So, like I said. But anyway, yeah, no, we'll get into it in a minute. Anyway, my good, bad, and ugly. The good Blood and Guts was awesome. Blood and Guts was freaking great, man.
The entire show or just that match?
The entire overall the show was really good. I thought the show was put together really well. Weakest part of the show was probably
Santana.
No, the weakest part was honestly probably the Danhausen and FTR versus the Gun Club and Caster. It's like I said, it's not for me. You know, I get it. I understand why these pop and everything. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, that was probably the low point. And even that wasn't bad. It was just goofy, and I'm not really goofy for it. Luchasaurus's match was really it was a basic squash. Orange Cassidy versus Ethan Page. That was a much better match than I think people gave it credit for. And the what you call it? Oh no, that was the next night. All right, yeah. So that was like that. But the Blood and Guts match was freaking great, especially the ending. Oh my god, it was so freaking good. Another addition to my good is Big E putting out a report that he does not require surgery for his neck. Thank God, because that pretty much the condition that he's in and everything, the surgery would pretty much signal pretty much the end of his career. And fortunately, he does not have to have surgery, which was really, really, really good news. Women don't want the extra carry-on baggage when traveling. I don't. Not sure. I'm out of the loop on that one. Blood and Guts was 10 times better than last year. They really corrected all their mistakes. Presentation in general just felt really great, dude. It was awesome, man. Ethan deserves better. Ethan Page, dude. Ethan Page is a guy that should be elevated to low end world title status. Really should. He should be in the definitely should be in the TNT title scene. I think I wanted to see him versus Scorpio Sky. They had that all set up, but they didn't pull the trigger. So
you got Wardlow versus Scorpio tomorrow.
Yep, should be good. But anyway, that's my good, my bad. Overall, Money in the Bank and the Raw the next night. The Raw the next night was just freaking ferocious. Dude, when Corey Graves says that Tommaso Ciampa is the Miz's backup, is the Miz's backup play. F that company. F that company. I'm so sick of that garbage. We'll talk more about Money in the Bank. Like I said, we'll talk about the matches and just how it was all over the place. The overall wrestling was good. The tag match was especially good. Usos versus Street Profits has gotten a lot better, man. That match was awesome. A lot of back and forth that match. That was probably the best match on the show.
And they're talking about breaking them up.
Yeah, of course they are, because we're not allowed to have nice things in WWE. And then the ugly, like you said, the backlash against Shotzi was pretty visceral. It's just not good. So yes, for the love of God and all that is holy, get that guy, that CM Punk knockoff wannabe off my freaking television. Especially if you're gonna say stupid shit like that.
Yeah, you need him there to boost up his woman.
Yeah, no, I figured it out, X-Villain. I forgot. But well, we'll talk about his woman in a minute. Anyway, that's my good, my bad, my ugly. What is your good, bad, and ugly? You guys already tell us a little bit of it. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Jesus Christ. Yeah, all right. Let's start with, all right, I want to end with something good this week, so let's start with Money in the Bank. All right, the men's, started with the women's Money in the Bank match. This was rough.
Yep.
It was a rough match. Like we said, there was a lot of botches. It wasn't just Shotzi. There was a lot of botches in this match. Corey Graves' wife, in particular, had a pretty stupid little exchange that didn't make any freaking sense.
No, she was in a Rousey match.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about that later. I meant overall the entire show. There was a lot of botches. However, I do think they got the winner right. I think Liv is crazy over. I'm surprised that she hasn't had a world title reign up to this point. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the dumb shit his ass says. Yeah, and here's the thing. We know he's being fed his lines, okay? But at some point, you're the talent. You could go back and he says, yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. That's just stupid. And it completely undermines Ciampa. But anyway, women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I felt like it went on a little too long, especially considering how disjointed it was. I do like the continued downslide of Becky Lynch. I think that's one of the better storylines that they got going.
And I'm just glad I didn't put it on her or Asuka or somebody like that. Give somebody new a chance.
Yes. And here's the thing. This was one of the positives that came out of this. Whether you agree about the person that won Money in Bank or not, for both matches, it's somebody new. It's somebody that they don't keep plowing through time and time again. So that was one positive from Money in the Bank. The good, like Lacey Evans, they have completely botched the living hell out of her return. It's all the goodwill that was generated from those promos. Everything, it's gone. It's gone. It's crap. It's crap. She got booed in this friggin' match.
Well, they kept going back and forth. There's going to be heel or face
Yep.
promos. She's going to be on Raw. She's going to be on SmackDown. SmackDown.
They completely botched her return. She could have been one of the biggest things coming back. As popular as big a pop as that first promo she got, she could have been right up there with the Four Horsewomen. And we always talk about it. And what had happened is they shot themselves in the foot. So that was a complete crap.
Especially with it being 4th of July weekend, they really could have capitalized that, and that being her being a vet.
Yeah, and we talked about Shotzi's the one with Bliss where she almost killed her. It wasn't great.
I'm not saying they had to do it exactly like that, but they could have done something with her similar vein to what they did with Lex Luger with Stars and Stripes and something
Express,
with her.
The whole thing.
Something similar with her for it being 4th of July weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like I said, they should have turned her into Captain America. That's what they should have done. They literally should have turned her into Captain America, and it would have freaking worked because it's genuine. It's something that she's part of. And they just took, and just like they normally do, they took a crap in their hand and threw it at the screen. So the Horsemen are like Fear Mahon. You kiss my ass. Anyway, let's move on for that. United States Championship match, Bobby Lashley versus Theory. I did not expect Austin Theory to drop the U.S. title, although that tells me that this dude's going to be winning a world title at some point here very soon. I really do. I really do think Vince sees Austin Theory as the next John Cena. I don't know why. I don't particularly have anything against Austin Theory. I just he ain't John Cena.
No.
But Vince is convinced this. And once again, just like Roman 5 years ago, this is Vince's new guy. This is his new project. This guy is going to get all the push, and everybody else is going to be fed to him. So, and that's what's happening to Bobby Lashley now. Bobby Lashley, who was the world title holder, what 6 months ago?
What?
He had one of the world titles. What 6 months ago? Right before Royal Rumble, and now he's back in the U.S. title scene.
McMahon's gonna feed the paralegals to Austin Theory.
He's gonna feed everybody short. He will feed everybody short of Roman, Cody, and maybe Seth. Not even Seth. He'll feed Seth to him.
He's gonna give him the paralegals that he's done with.
Yep.
Now here's your new toy, Austin.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to avoid that, but okay. When you're a star on the Mrs. level, everyone else is an extra. Deal with it. Shut up. I don't even want. Dude, we get to that. I don't even want to talk about that right now.
Hey, like Mizdow.
Yeah. I will say this though. I do like how Theory is acting. He is acting like a classic heel. He's running away. He's trying to cheat. He's doing classic heel stuff. So at least they're making him a legit heel, unlike Roman, who's just basically killing everybody, and not really doing heel stuff. Everybody else around him is doing heel stuff, but he's not. So,
right. So,
but new champion, Austin Theory is no longer champion. We'll get back to that in a minute. Bianca Belair versus Carmella was a nothing match. It was. I mean, it's Belair, so it'll at least be decent. It'll at least be watchable.
The blow up doll.
Yeah, but it's. How many times have we seen Carmella do the exact same thing in the exact same way in the exact same? She's not championship material. Let it go. She's a Barbie doll. Nobody cares. And Belair deserves better opponents. So, Corey Graves was in this match way too much.
Yep.
Makes me disgusted. And then the best thing on the entire freaking show, the unified WWE Tag Team Championship match, Street Profits versus the Usos. Stop with the friggin' separate belts. Just give them one belt. Get rid of the brand split is basically just in theory only. So,
what about Austin Theory?
Oh, shut up. This match was friggin' awesome. This match shows you exactly why Usos are one of the, like I said, they're one of the 5 or 6 best tag teams in the world. Street Profits are on their way up, man. Angelo Dawkins looks like $1 million freaking bucks, which although I got freaking sick of them saying that over and over and over again, it's like, yeah, guys, we get it. The dude's cut. He got jacked. She is Stale Mella. Yeah, she is. That's a good name for her. Stale Mella. And I'm not hating on her just as a person. I'm hating on her as a friggin' in-ring talent that has no friggin' dimension. They need to ditch the giant penny belts. God, dude, the tag belts looks okay. We always talk about how bad the world title belts look. Dude, the tag belts are worse. You can't even see any of the detail in them. That's how bad they are. And it's just, they're not good. They need to be reworked. They need to be redone. I'd rather see the old tag belts. Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
They need to look like this.
That would be better than what they have. Like Malasita says, they look like giant pennies. They look like giant pennies and giant nickels. Nipples. But this match was awesome. They have great chemistry together. The back and forth was awesome. The near falls were awesome. This was the best match on the entire freaking show. 100%. Best match, entire freaking show. I really hope to God they are not going to split these guys up. If they do, it's going to suck. I hate it. I don't want it. You can have a singles run without splitting up the damn tag team. Okay, it's possible. It's been done.
Yeah, look at Otis. Look at the run he had. He won Money in the Bank.
Oh, jeez, God. The tag belts need to look like half the IWGP heavyweight belts each, and join together like Power Rangers weapons. The only belt that is beautiful in the North American title to the moon. Yep. The North. You mean the U.S. title? The U.S. title. Yeah, the U.S. title actually. You know what? I didn't like the U.S. title when it first came out, but it's grown on me. I think the IC title needs to be reworked. I think they were trying to copy AEW and New Japan, and it failed miserably. That IC belt is iconic looking. They should just bring it back. Everybody knows that belt's so iconic. Everybody knows exactly what it is when you see it. Kayla just starting to split rumors out there nowhere. She's evil. Yeah. The North American. Oh, and NXT. Yeah, that belt's actually pretty cool. I actually like that belt. That belt looks like the old school belts they used to have on the indie circuit. It's kind of what it reminds me of.
Pro Wrestling Guru Kofi did have a singles run, but it was a 3-man team in New Day, so you were able to slide Big E in there with Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Xavier
like,
Woods. I mean,
yeah. But I'm talking like back in the day, man. Like when Arn and Tully were together. Tully was constantly in singles. Man, he had multiple runs with the TV title back when the TV title was actually fairly important. Other belts. It was just, you can do a singles run without splitting your damn team up.
Yep.
So, but yeah, best match on the show. And freaking was it Dawkins? Just we'll talk about him more the next night. But and we had SmackDown Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey versus Natalya. Let me make something very clear. And Natalya is probably, as far as her ability in the ring, she's probably the best person that WWE has. She's trained half the people on that friggin' roster. The problem is she's not very flashy, and she's not one of the favorite children. Her angle's not very great. Johnny said, by the way, you New Japan freak, I'm binging Okada matches. I'm a fan. Dude, Kazuchika Okada is a legit talent, man. That guy is awesome. Awesome. You can't go wrong with that guy. That's why his matches against Kenny were friggin' fire. Anyway, exactly what we expected. Rousey defeated Natalya. And then instead of building up some drama about when she's going to do it, instead of using the Money in the Bank briefcase, what it's for, we had yet again another cash in less than 24 hours later. That's the issue I have with it. I don't have the issue with her doing it. I have the issue with it happening at this point. So Liv Morgan cashes in Money in the Bank. She pins Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey gives her a hug. And yeah, she is your new
SmackDown Women's Champion.
SmackDown Women's Champion. And good for her. I like Liv Morgan. And you know what? I'm not the biggest fan of Ronda. So I get what Ronda brings to the table. She's a big name. But Britt is over like Rover right now. She deserves it. Let's see what she can do with it now. Let's see if they book her without let's see if they actually book her like a champion instead of like crap. Especially, dude, like if they're doing that 3-way month-long reign. That's it. G1 climax in 11 days. Yes. Oh, I can't forget.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Anyway, all right. Money in the Bank. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. It was a good match. I just think the wrong guy won.
It was going to be a good match till Adam Pearce came out and put Theory in there.
Yeah. So what could they possibly do with Austin Theory? Now that he's lost his title, well, they're going to Brock Lesnar him. He's just going to be part of the match.
He didn't qualify.
Even when he wasn't supposed to be part of the match.
He didn't qualify. He just inserted.
Oh my God. And again, this is nothing against Austin Theory. I think he's okay enough. He's not what Vince sees in him. At least I don't see it. As soon as they inserted him in this match, though, man, you knew exactly what was going to happen, which sucked because Riddle put on a performance and a half in this match. The guy who should have won is Matt Riddle. In my mind, that's who should have won. That's the guy that they should be pushing. That's the guy who should be the next challenger to Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Is Matt Riddle. You want to build a new star, there's your guy. I get that his gimmick is something that Vince doesn't understand. I get it. But once that dude hits the ring, man, that friggin' crowd is all in it. All in it.
Oh, go ahead, Courtney. Go ahead and say it.
No, go ahead. This is where you're supposed to say it. This is where you're supposed to say it. Ronda just wants to stop going to SmackDowns. Yeah. What's the point of Money in the Bank qualifying match if they just randomly yes, exactly. And this is the criticism that everybody is throwing at them. And once again, they're programming for an audience of one, and Vince is just going, "This is such good shit." And it's garbage. All almost had to do is reach up. Yeah, he's only like 9 feet tall. It was, and like I said, especially the ending of this match, man. The ending of this match was so freaking good, man. Like I said, Matt Riddle was running wild. It was awesome. And then then Rollins, when they power bombed almost through the friggin' announcer's table. It was like a callback to the Shield.
Allegedly, Courtney. Allegedly.
Yeah. It's, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to get the copyright. I don't want to get struck or anything like that. But
it's just like Velveteen Dream.
Pretty
allegedly.
much. Yeah, allegedly. Which supposedly his thing turned. They claim it turned out not to be true, but I'm like, dude, you showed the pics. It's like it's kind of, you can't say it's not true if you actually show the pics.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Matt Riddle was 110%. I thought he was 110% taking that match. And when Austin Theory jumped on, I was like, oh God, here we go. So, yep. Yeah. Well, Dream got fired because, like I said, they had like 100% hardcore evidence. Theory didn't because they didn't. So, not saying yes or not saying no, not saying it's right or whatever, but what are you going to do?
Yeah. But, Enzo got fired for allegedly because.
Yeah.
So
I'm a believer in having evidence because I've seen so many people lie, and that's the problem. That's the big problem. You can't just take people at their word anymore because people lie. They lie for different reasons. They lie
what about Amber Heard?
Oh God. I don't want to get into that. Dude, I avoided that crap so well, but it's people lie. Sometimes they lie just because they're lying. Sometimes they lie because they're scared. Sometimes they lie because they're pressured into it. The unfortunate truth is that we can't take people at their word.
Hey, Eddie Guerrero, you lie, you cheat, you steal.
Lie, cheat, steal. Riddle versus Rollins at Survivor Series should be fire. Yeah, it'll be like I said. The wrestlers are. What the hell?
I don't know.
I clicked something and did something weird. All right, anyway, but yeah, I hear you. But it is what it is, man. But anyway, that was Money in the Bank.
And then he's Mr. Austin Theory is coming out talking about possibly cashing in his title or his Money in the Bank at Last Man Standing match. Which,
yep.
Again, talking about rumor with Liv, the rumor with Theory is that he could be in the match with Roman and Brock. And Brock's already lost twice to Roman Reigns, and they don't want it to be 3. So the theory is that Theory is going to get in the match, and he is going to be the one that loses.
I could see that. But I could also see.
But I know it's the last man standing, so I don't know what they do if they change the stipulation.
Yeah. I could also see Theory pinning Brock to win, which gives Roman an out saying, you never beat me. And then he fights Theory, and then he beats Theory and takes the title back. Because here's the thing, you got to remember.
But it's a last man standing match. It's not a pinfall match.
Oh, that's right. Not that matters because they've fudged rules in the past. But
yeah,
I could see like Brock and Roman taking each other out in Theory is like the last guy. He like hides and he wins. Because here's the thing, you got to remember that Vince, despite everything that's happened and despite how things have worked out, Vince still wants Roman to be a face. And there's, and he wants, he wants Roman to be a face. And it's stupid, but there you go.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is their second last man standing match, because if I'm not mistaken, the last time Roman Reigns got handcuffed to the bottom of a railing and couldn't get the handcuffs off. Heyman couldn't get them off before the 10 count.
Yeah.
They had some swerve with the match.
Yeah.
So
Why did they sign
handcuffs
Logan
off.
Paul? They signed Logan Paul because he's really popular. He has a
Yep.
big
Social media.
reach. And that match that he had with The Miz he was surprisingly not terrible in it. So that's why they signed him. I don't know. I don't fault the guy for making his money. And here's the thing. A lot of people give him crap for that video he did 6 or 7 years ago with the guy in the forest. The difference, he's not playing. I don't particularly care for the dude either. I don't like or hate him either way. I don't watch his crap. From what I understand, though, he has changed a lot. His brother, however, is an absolute douche.
Come on, Logan Paul's from Westlake, right next door.
But from what I understand, he's very repentant about it. He's changed his demeanor and everything a lot. His brother, however, is still, being an asshole. So, but anyway, that's Money in the Bank. I don't want to talk about it anymore because it was garbage. Let's talk about
More garbage.
Do we want to talk about what happened on Raw afterwards, and so we can get just now? I'm going to blow through it real quick. All right, here's Raw. Opening segment. Bobby Lashley and Theory.
Of course.
More of this that nobody wants and nobody cares. Bobby Lashley, who could legitimately be a top dude, is languishing in the mid card again. Yeah, it's
Kitty's name is Socks. Socks. See.
Yes.
But
yeah, that was I give that whole thing 2 stars. Mysterios versus Judgment Day. Judgment Day, who were one of the hottest things just a couple weeks ago, they are Retribution 2.0.
Yep.
They are garbage. They are crap. This segment, I mean, it's Ray, so Ray's awesome. It's always awesome to see. I love that Ray did the Eddie Guerrero trick. That was awesome. But
Dominic's father.
Dominic's dad's awesome. Dominic needs work.
No, Dominic's father, Eddie.
Oh yeah, whatever. I'm your puppy. This was one of the few times that a DQ finish was good. The match was not particularly. I mean, it wasn't particularly great. It wasn't particularly bad. I hate that Judgment Day is now a joke. This,
I knew that was going to happen as soon as Edge left.
Miz versus AJ Styles. Oh my God, it's AJ. So the match itself, that was cool. I mean, he got a clean win, but freaking Corey Graves saying that Tommaso Ciampa is the Miz's supporting cast. So yeah, yes. Okay, here's the thing. Okay. We are good. I don't want part of this to happen. I want part of this to happen. I don't want the other part to happen. Dom turning on his dad, I want that to happen.
It needs to happen.
I want that to happen. And I want him to start wrestling more like his uncle because I think that style fits him better than his dad's. However, I get the feeling he's going to join Judgment Day, and that sucks. I don't want to see that. But him getting the mullet, dude, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just like Christian turning on Jungle Boy. It's going to happen. But getting back to this, Corey Graves saying that Tommaso Ciampa, who is one of the greatest wrestlers to come out of NXT, who is just one of my favorites of all time, is one of the best wrestlers on that roster, is the Miz's supporting cast. His main roster run is dead on arrival.
Yep.
Dead on arrival, man, because he's not 6'6" and 300 pounds.
And he's not 25 years old.
And he's not 25 years old. This dude, the Ciampa we knew in NXT would never team up with The Miz. Even as a heel, would never team up with The Miz. Liv Morgan came out to celebrate. And we ended up getting Carmella and Natalia came out. Blah, 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 blah. Carmella, I'm the most beautiful woman, and blah 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 blah. Barbie doll. Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair. Wasn't a terrible match.
No, not Liv Morgan versus Bianca.
Liv Morgan and Liv Morgan and Bianca versus Carmella and Natalia in tag match. Liv's, she's constantly getting better. I really do hope that they give her a chance. It was a nothing match. It was a, hey, it's the 4th of July and nobody's watching. Let's just throw some crap together. And then we got to freaking, oh my God. Okay, so Ezekiel versus Seth Rollins. The match itself was meh. Okay. It was the stuff that happened back, as dumb as it is actually kind of funny. So again, the Ezekiel stuff in the back, I get it. I'm not really usually into comedy. This one though is kind of funny because the people in it are actually good at what they do. But once they get into the ring, man, we know exactly what's going to happen. Ezekiel's he's gonna get dominated for most of it. Then he's gonna give it a comeback, and he's gonna get beat.
Yep,
that's it.
No, it's Elrod, not Elias.
Yeah, Elrod.
It's Elrod.
Rollins, I'm still not into the whole Joker character he's doing.
Why so serious?
Ezekiel, this is one thing I will say, man. Ezekiel is crazy strong. Elias is crazy strong, dude. That friggin' press that we picked him, that press slam that he did, man, dude, he friggin' popped him up there like he was nothing. But anyway, yep, that was. Yeah, I say it wasn't a match. This, however, was not a match of the year contender. So. No. In the ring, it's sus. Out of the ring, it's actually kind of funny. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Theory and Alpha Academy. This was, oh my God. Wondering why Otis was blowing chunks. This is why. The whole hot dog eating contest that we didn't get to see, that was won by a 110-pound Asian man, which is actually kind of on point because that's what happens half the time in these eating contests.
Yep.
I can't remember that dude's name. Matty Stone comes in and just blows everybody away, and he only weighs like 130 pounds, soaking wet. But why do we have that? So that we can watch Otis throw up.
Yeah.
Hey kids, don't you remember the 90s? Don't you remember these angles we did? Hey, you loved them back then, didn't you? What you didn't love them back then? You thought they were stupid back then? Well, it's a callback.
Don't you remember Puke?
Oh, he's got to puke. He's got to puke. He's got to puke. Oh my God. Oh, and as soon as I saw he was in that, I was like, he's going to throw up later. As soon as I saw he was in that stupid eating contest, I was like, oh yeah, he's going to be in a match later, and he's either he's going to be in a match later, or they're going to go back to that thing and he's going to throw up. Yeah, Johnny, excuse me. They did what now? They had a match with Alpha Academy, and Otis vomited all over the place because that's funny. That's funny stuff.
I thought it was going to go on Shorty G. I really did.
Oh my God. I thought he was going to puke on Bobby Lashley, and then Bobby Lashley was going to murder him.
I thought I was going to puke on Gable at the end.
And
right next to him.
Here's the thing. All the people that are involved in this match, even Theory, they're better than this. They really are. And like I said, outside of this, the wrestling in the match, it was actually pretty decent, man. And like I said, the Street Profits have gotten infinitely better. When freaking was it when Montez when Dawkins did that, dude, when he went running around the outside of the ring and he blasted Theory onto the announcer's table, dude, that guy skipped off that thing like a rock on a pond, man. That was like, he's like coming around here, he's like, yeet. He's like, I was like, oh my God, like it killed him. But I used to bag on the Street Profits because I didn't think they were particularly great, but man, they are legit. They're up there, and I'd say they may even be a top 10 tag team now. They're that good. But yeah, Bobby Lashley, Street Profits win. Otis pukes all over everything. Friggin' stupid. And it's and it was that took away from this match, man. That took away from this match so much because this actually was turning into a really good match. And then as soon as Otis started doing that, I was like, oh God, are you kidding me? Come on, man. And he didn't just like a little bit. No, it was I mean, he really threw up. He legit really threw up. And I was just like, oh,
this little pieces of dog just showing everywhere.
Dude, and you know Vince was sitting back in Gorilla going,
that's good shit. That's good shit. That's good shit.
That's awesome. And everybody back there is just going, yeah. It's getting one back. I was just going, oh God, when's my contract up?
And please.
And then
please, I know he doesn't watch this. But Tony Khan, please don't ever do anything as stupid as stuff like that.
Oh my God, dude! Yes, please, for the love of God, don't like you were skirting it with the whole Mimosa Mayhem match that
Jericho
Cassidy, Jericho
and
you're skirting it right there, but you didn't cross the line. Good job. Was it gun? Okay, so this was actually one of my favorite things on the night. Everybody else seems to have hated it. I thought it was awesome. R-Truth coming out just like Uncle Sam, and then just getting freaking murdered by Walter. I'm not gonna call him Gunther. Walter, that guy. There's the guy that should take the belt off of Roman Reigns.
They need to start pushing him.
They need to push this dude like a legit threat because he's freaking awesome. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like that he lost the weight. Dude, even after losing the weight, the guy's still 6'7", 260 pounds. He's a freaking monster. And he's one of the best wrestlers they actually have on the roster. He's really freaking good. So push this guy like he's evil incarnate. And make him one of your top guys because I'm guaranteed. I tell you, any other friggin' company would love to have this guy.
Miro looks great after he lost weight.
Miro looks awesome, dude. Miro, like, I'm telling you, man. I don't get it, but and a lot of people were like, they were upset because they said, "Well, R-Truth is a joke." Now it's like, dude, half this stuff he comes up with himself. You know, he likes doing comedy stuff like this. Like, you guys remember the whole thing with him and Brock Lesnar? That was one of the funniest damn things I'd seen in a wrestling ring in years. So I thought this was funny. The fact that Walter killed him. Keep that up. And then main event, Asuka versus Becky. Okay, look, the match was good. I like that Becky won because now they could start building her back up to being a legitimate threat. How many times have we seen this match over the last month?
Too many.
I think this was the fourth time on television. This was like the 12th time overall because they've been doing it on house shows.
They don't have anybody.
Yeah. But okay, it's like it's time for them to move on and do something else. All right. The match was fine.
They're waiting for Charlotte to get back.
Yeah, well, whatever. Match was fine. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Raw was, it was tone deaf. It was filler.
Right.
Saying Tommaso Ciampa is a friggin' is a backup player is just stupid.
Right. Blood and guts. Let's move on.
Yeah, blood and guts. Let's talk about something good. Blood and guts. All right. What was the first match? I'm trying to remember. The first match was Orange Cassidy versus All Ego Ethan Page. Dude, Ethan Page. Yeah. I love that guy. I mean, Josh Alexander was the better wrestler when they were that tag team that had the North. But Ethan Page has so much personality. That dude is so cool. You need to Courtney, I know you're not really into matches where they bleed a lot. I get that. Go watch the Orange Cassidy versus Ethan Page. It was such a good match. Was it a 5-star match? No, but it was a really fun, entertaining match. Great way to open the show. Wasn't so over the top that it would take away from the rest of the show and take away from the main event. Ethan Page needs to break away from Men of the Year. I'm sorry. If they're not going to pull the trigger on him in that little group, then either have him break off and do his own thing, have him turn on Scorpio Sky, do something. This guy could legitimately be a world title contender. Now, I don't think he's going to be one of your top 3 guys, but he could definitely be one of your top 10. So this match was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I'd give it like a 3.5, at least 3.5 stars. Dan Lambert kind of takes away from it. I'm not the biggest fan of Dan Lambert. He's good in small doses. He
got orange juice. Got orange juice spit in his face too.
Yeah, well, good. He's a whatever. Christian Cage and then Luchasaurus legit looks like a freaking demon. Being a heel is going to be the best thing for this guy. I know that a lot of kids like everything, but man, for his just like we were talking about for his career to elevate, Jungle Boy had to break away and be his own thing. He had to be Jungle Man. He had to be by himself. He has to be Jack Perry. Luchasaurus had nowhere else to go but down as a face. As a heel, this dude can be a legit monster. Like put him in, make a tag. Dude, can you imagine a tag team with him and Lance Archer? They kill everybody. It'd be like when that song "Everybody Dies" hits. It's like, yeah, literally everybody's gonna die. But the promo, the Christian cut, he is
so good,
dude. If he keeps this up and they don't fumble the ball with this man, he could be right there with MJF as far as being the top heel in the business. This is his natural state. It really is his natural state. He is a natural heel, and he's so freaking good at it. So, A+ for the promo. Match was a basic squash. I give it a C. Yeah. Like a 2.5, like a 2.5 stars. It was all right. Wardlow and Scorpio Sky agreed to the street fight, which I think is really dumb because in a street fight, Wardlow's going to be the better dude. That's what I said. Somebody said that about that. Sky must really want to lose that title. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Yes, he needs to be a champion, not a lapdog. 100%.
Yep.
He's too good to be languishing where he is. He's dude, and like I said, I love his friggin' his toy blogs. They're friggin' awesome. All right, what I thought was the low point of the night: Danhausen and FTR versus Max Caster. Again, I'm not into Danhausen. I get why he's popular. And this was not really about this was about the Gun Club and Max Caster. This was about the Gun Club. I wonder, are they gonna turn? I think they're gonna turn the Acclaimed face. I think they're turning the Acclaimed face.
Probably. Max Caster gets over so much.
Oh my God,
as soon as that music hits and boom, he's out on the mic. I mean, the crowd erupts.
Yeah, he really is. He'll curse me. Yeah, good luck. I'm already cursed.
Curse you.
If you saw the weekend I had, you know that has to be a curse. Curse him, Frank. Curse him. He deserves it. Yes. Very good. Very evil. Yeah, they're so over, man. And yeah, whenever they start singing the Ass Boys thing, man, that whole crowd just gets in
Ass Boys.
Yeah. But and then also with Billy Gunn basically siding with the Acclaimed versus his own sons, appears. Yeah, so storyline wise, this was kind of cool. If you've been following these guys on Dark and everything, you know that this has been going on for a while. Didn't do a whole lot for Danhausen, didn't do a whole lot for FTR. They kind of felt misplaced in this, but yeah, 100% they're gonna. I really think they're gonna turn them face. But Jade Cargill versus Layla Gray. So this felt like a means of putting Layla Gray in for
The baddies.
into the baddies because
No Red Velvet right now.
Red Velvet's injured. Yeah. I think that's what this was. It was, again, not a terrible match, not a particularly great match. It's a typical Jade Cargill squash match. There was a little bit back and forth, but for the most part, it was Jade Cargill doing what Jade Cargill does, which is perfectly fine because it works. But not terrible.
And then Statlander and what's her name come out.
Yep. Dude, I really think, I know it's going to be Athena, and I don't have a problem with that because I really like Athena, but Chris Statlander needs to get pushed. Chris Statlander is a freaking beast, man. And one of the best wrestlers they have on there. So I like that they kind of moved away from the UFO goofiness and stuff like that. I like that she's got more of a new attitude. Push this version of Chris Statlander to the moon. I think you're going to do well. And then we had Blood and Guts, Blackpool Combat Club, Santana and Ortiz, Eddie Kingston versus Jericho Appreciation Society. Dude, this was awesome, man. I can say again, if you don't like blood, if you're not into blood and stuff like that, this is not the match for you. Because I think everybody freaking bled in this match. Literally everybody. It
Except
was
for-
like,
Yeah.
wow. Like you knew Moxley was gonna bleed.
Oh,
You knew
yeah.
Eddie was gonna bleed. You knew Jericho was gonna bleed. But I'm gonna tell you what, man. What's his name from 2.0?
Oh, whew.
Oh my god, dude! I legit thought like, man, they might have to pull him out here. He was bleeding like Eddie when Eddie was up against LBJ. That was like it was legitimately like you might want to give him a transfusion in the back because he's probably a couple pints low. But
Yeah, and I don't know if they've come out and said what happened, but Santana getting his knee messed up. You could
Yeah.
see it when he picked him up.
yep,
His knee just buckled a little bit, and it's like,
yeah. I don't think it was a serious injury, but it was definitely an injury.
yeah,
And
the,
it
early,
appeared-
the
yeah.
the early rumors was it could be an MCL and an ACL tear.
Yeah, I really hope that's not true because he was able to move around. He kept moving around.
little bit.
But yeah, but it looked bad. And then there's also the rumor that he and that Santana and Ortiz might be breaking up. There's a rift between them. I really hope that's not true. I would like to see them at least have one run with the tag titles because I think they deserve it. And I like the guys. I loved them when they were in LAX, but you know, people grow apart sometimes. But
And if
y'all
he has,
think they're gonna come up-
if he has a knee injury, he could be out for a year.
yeah, maybe even longer, which sucks. Those kind of injuries are like they're bad. They're really bad. Pro Wrestling Guru, do y'all think they're going to come out with a women's tag title eventually? They seem to build up a few women's tag teams. They need to shore up their women's division and really solidify their top players and get some storylines in there and do some creative writing with them before you start thinking about adding another title. I didn't think I know why they did the all Atlantic title. That's going to be a floating title that's going to go between promotions and stuff like that. I get it. I still don't think they needed it. They did not. Right now, they don't need any new titles in any of them. The only titles that I want to see them bring in would be the six-man tag titles. That's what should have come in here instead of the All Atlantic title. I get why they did it. I understand it. They got a lot. They got so many titles right now, man. Between AEW and Ring of Honor, it's ridiculous. It really is. And really, they don't really need the six-man tag titles because they've got a six-man tag title in Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
Just have that transfer back and forth every once in a while. There you go.
or combine it if you want to. It's nice to see though that Pac is putting that title up.
Yes. Oh, dude, and I love the fact that he's defending it in other promotions. That's exactly what it was made for. And I'm 100% behind it. Angela was done in that match. Yeah. Oh my God. You talk about the Crimson Mask. We're talking like old school Dusty Rhodes level of bleeding. It was crazy. But the back and forth was awesome. I love that. Even though they're on the same page, Eddie's still mad at Claudio because Claudio stole the victory
Yep.
by submitting Parker. And Eddie was trying to force Jericho to submit. He wanted to beat down Jericho and have Jericho take the L. So there was that kind of little thing back and forth. But the fact that they kind of, we're gonna get that match between those two guys.
And then whoop, there goes Sammy. Whoop.
Oh my God! Look, regardless of how you feel about that kid, regardless of his personal life and things like that, that kid legit risks his freaking life every time they're in a pay-per-view like this. And I don't know, like they showed I watched some video where they showed that fall from that cage is high. That was a long way down. And I don't care if there's a crash pad down there or not. Taking a dive like that takes balls. And that was crazy, dude. I was like, yeah, I'm hoping that, like, I don't give a crap if you see it's cardboard and a crash pad or anything. That my butt would pucker so hard on the way down from a fall like that, I'd probably split in half.
And then that crash that Hager took through that table.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, say what you want about these guys and whatnot. They put their bodies on the line. That's why what happened with Shotzi bugs me so much, man. I was like, look, point out the botch, point out that it was rough. That's fine and everything, man. But taking personal shots at people, these people put the friggin' line. He's stupid. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, man.
I think Darby before Sammy. I'm sorry.
Dude, both of them, man. I'm like, here's what needs to happen. Will Ospreay needs to sit down with both of these two dudes and say, hey, listen, I'm one of the people that invented that flippy shit. And I got a rush of brains to the head about 3 years ago that said, you know what? I could actually take it down a gear or two and still be the best freaking wrestler in the ring. So dial it back a little bit, save your body a little bit, and have a nice long career. So
Sammy versus Darby with Nick Gage as a special guest referee in a death match.
Oh my God. Nick Gage, that kid's the friggin' second coming of Will Ospreay, man. I'm telling you. When that kid turns 18 and he starts showing up on TV, people are gonna be like, oh my God.
No, Nick Gage.
Yeah, Nick Gage.
The death match guy.
Oh no. I thought you were talking about
No. Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara with Nick Gage as a special guest referee in a death match.
Yeah, I keep getting them mixed up. I don't know why. It's because of the last name. That's why. But dude, no, we don't need to see that. No. We don't need to see Nick Gage in any kind of death match capacity with these two guys, because they'll all end up with pieces of glass stuck in their bodies and maybe a couple of freaking veins opened up.
Oh, like that.
So,
that dude in MLW match who got the fluorescent light like around here somewhere. He got stabbed. The referee tried putting a tape on there and they had to call it. He was
that was dude, we saw the story what happened with Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne's the guy that keeps screwing me up. Nick Wayne's the kid I'm talking about. You saw that behind Dark Side of the Ring they did it where he basically died in the freaking helicopter on the way to the hospital.
Oh yeah. No, but I'm talking MLW. I think it was MLW. This guy got stabbed with the fluorescent light.
Yeah.
And he just blood just pouring out. The
yeah.
referee couldn't do anything.
That's happened to Nick Gage. Dude, it's crazy, dude. Those guys are nuts. But anyway, that was Blood and Guts. It was awesome. A lot of storytelling, a lot of blood.
And what's nice too is that Jay Lethal.
Yes, the promo. Jay Lethal, Brian Cage,
Samoa Joe talking about putting the television title up, which Ring of Honor is going to be having a pay-per-view. Please FTR versus the Briscoes
Oh my
on
god,
that
dude.
pay-per-view, please.
That yeah, they need to tell that whoever that executive is at Warner Bros. They need to tell him to kiss their ass and just hire them.
But please put that match.
But
please put that match on.
we also got
pay-per-view.
Yeah, we also saw Tully's guys and Brian Cage, so we'll be seeing them back on TV very, very soon. Death matches on a business everyone knows is a work is just absurd, dude. But it gets over, man. It does. It's crazy. People, it's the whole gladiatorial thing, man. People like seeing blood. But I get it when people don't like it. So, light tubes, yeah. Well, it was Nick Gage who almost killed him. David Arquette. It was Nick Gage who almost killed him, and that's what I'm saying, man. It's like I don't want him in a freaking match with Darby and Sammy, dude. Someone's gonna get murdered. But yeah, it was awesome, guys. The Rampage after was pretty cool. What was it? Young Bucks versus Hiroki Goto Yoshihashi. That was the last little leftover from Forbidden Door, the Royal Rampage. Okay, listen, if they're gonna do, that's one thing I wanted to mention about this. So the Rampage was done the same night as Blood and Guts. Okay, so when they did the Battle Royale, it was in both rings. Going forward, if you're gonna do something like this, like the whole Battle Royale thing, do it with 2 rings because it worked really, really, really well. It made it a lot more fun. Because usually these matches are kind of like, okay, they're kind of hit and miss. Do it with 2 rings because this worked really well. I know that's kind of a tough setup, but still. But yep, that was it. Anything else we need to touch on?
Your 11 days to G1.
Yep. Oh yes, the G1. 11 days to see G1 Climax. Don't make fun of the names. I think calling it the G1 Climax is kind of like sex. Here's the thing. We got some guys. We're finally getting some more crossover from the West. Lance Archer is going to be in it. Let me see here. Participants. Here we go. Tom Lawler's going to be in it. Jonah from Impact. El Phantasmo, Aaron Hanare, David Finley. We're getting a lot more crossover from other promotions. Unfortunately, we're not going to get Bryan Danielson in it this year. So I love Pro Wrestling says I love that it's 4 blocks this year, makes it more unpredictable. We're gonna see how it works because it worked well with 3. It worked well with 3. Whenever you make a change like that, though, it could be really good or it could be bad. So we don't know. We'll see. But some of the other names, Zack Sabre Jr., who had that awesome match with Claudio, Jay White, Will Ospreay, Jeff Cobb, Tomohiro Ishii, Jonah from New Japan and Impact, Feather Tom Lawler, Juice Robinson, and I think that's most of the Western talent. David Finley, Lance Archer from AEW. Dude, I'm looking for Lance Archer to do well. Who won the first G1 Climax? Oh shit. I know this. Is the guy who won it the first time is also the guy who won it the second time. Well, it depends. Are you talking you're going all the way back to when it was called the World League, or are you talking about when it was officially called the G1? Because if it's when it was officially called the G1, I think it was Chono who won I think he won the first 2. Let me look it up. Hang on. G1. Because back in the World League, I think Inoki, like Antonio Inoki, won it like freaking 10 times. It was ridiculous. Here we go. List of winners. Yeah. If you go back to 1974 when it was the World League, Inoki won it, and then they changed names like 3 times. But between 1974 and 1988, Inoki won it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He won it 10 times. And then Saguchi won it twice, and then Andre the Giant won it twice, and Hogan won it once. But Chono won it in 91 and 92. And I think Chono won it like 5 or 6 times. Let's see here. Chono won 92. He won it again in 94. He won it again in 2002, 2005. Man, he kept going for a long time. Yeah. So yeah, Chono won it the first 2 times. Yeah. You're talking about all the way back. Boogie says hi and is asking where it says child support check. Thanks, Boogie. Appreciate it, brother. Leg kicks. Yeah. Well, it's like I said, if you go all the way back to when the tournament first started, it was called World League. Then it was Inoki. So Inoki, like, dude, that guy won it. Like I said, he won it like 10 times.
Joel, Boogie still needs to take the DNA test. Okay, I'm not spending money till that test is run.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, guys, thanks for being here this week. Yep.
50. 50 days till we are at our next Dynamite. Here in Cleveland.
It'll be fun. And days. I will remember the sign. It still works because the way we worded it still works. But like I said, guys, tomorrow I am Courtney and Maldacito. I am mailing out your t-shirts tomorrow. I hope Zack Sabre Jr. wins the G1 this year. It's overdue. Dude, he's won a couple times, so yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. But yep, see y'all guys next week. Appreciate it, guys. Pro Wrestling Guru, Leg Kick, Joel,
Hicksvillain,
Maldacito, Johnny Cage, Courtney. Everybody, appreciate you guys being here this week. Have a good one, guys.